This is the Woke Socialist Podcast, and I'm Vivian Zink. Before we get started, I would like to say I probably have about, something like 20 subscribers. Please stay to the end. This is an important message, and please like and subscribe if you want to continue to get this content. If you don't like my content, please at least like and subscribe to other YouTube podcasts, because right now this is the only unadulterated, uncensored media on the planet. No, sorry, in the United States of fascism. Before we get started, please let me give a wholehearted shout out to Governor Chris Van Hollen from the state of Maryland, who does not take AIPAC money. He was the first person when a Latino was abducted from Prince George's County, Maryland, to go full bore and go down to CCOT and try to extract Mr. Abrego Garcia. He has been consistent in his policies. It is not this or that. It is not AIPAC and vote blue no matter who. Chris Van Hollen of the state of Maryland is exactly what we want to represent us. Now, there are others who have done good work, but when you preach liberty and justice for all, you cannot participate in a genocide with AIPAC money that takes liberty and justice from the indigenous people of Israel. Palestinians, Palestine. But I digress. We're going to get back to that some other time. I am extremely ill right now, but I made it on here after going through my shit so that I could do this, so I can get a message out to any person that right now is all about vote blue no matter who. I am the product of complacency. I am collateral damage. But I'll get back to that too. I would like to give a shout out to the young people like Hassan Piker and Kyle Kalinske. Keep up the good work. Keep shouting. Keep getting out there. Because nobody is speaking for people like me. Once again, please like and subscribe to this podcast. But if you don't, then I know you're not listening. If I know you're not listening, then you're satisfied with the status quo. If you are satisfied with the status quo, then you're going to get exactly what you deserve. People bitch about 45% of the black population only getting out to vote. And once again, we need to save democracy. Once again, we need to vote blue no matter who. When folks like Hillary Clinton, Cory Booker, Hakeem Jeffries, and everybody ignored, and I mean blatantly ignored, the Deep South and the black people that were enslaved by the white people they now get checks from, multi-billionaires like AIPAC. They asked everybody to do what I call harm reduction. From Joe Biden, I'm not going to blame everything on him. I'm going to say this. Everybody thought when Barack Obama got elected, everything was going to be okay. It was not okay. I didn't agree with everything that Barack Obama said, like I'm a president for the American people. Because people of superior intelligence knew what was going to come next. It was going to be the antithesis of this. The problem that I have right now with the Democratic Party is they keep buying into this notion that folks from all parties are deserving of your vote simply because Barack Obama was president, simply because some people, not warriors, fear what is to come. I do not fear what is to come because I am living in it. I am absolutely, positively the reason why people who have been listening to me that are 40 years and under do not understand the random acts of stupidity among the black population in America, and how we bought into this idea that when Barack Obama got elected, this was the end of racism. All that did was to become the catalyst to an anti-democratic society based on the notion that racism did not exist. What this perpetuated was a situation where now black people in America, because a black president was elected, had to now compensate for white loss. Now let me take you back. There was no retribution, persecution, prosecution, or rectifying of slavery. Just like descendants of the Holocaust took it upon themselves to occupy Palestine and kill those people. Right now, manifest destiny is taking place in America. If you're not rich enough, you're not white enough, if we have enough power, enough guns, we're going to take your land, we're going to take your vote, we're going to take everything from you. And as long as we can shoot more of you and make you complacent, this is the new manifest destiny. This manifest destiny is not, excuse me, This manifest destiny is not limited to people of color. It is expanded to people who support people of color. Now, we all know, or hopefully, if you have an IQ above 100 something, you understand right now that the No Kings protest did absolutely fucking nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yes, you got out, you voted, you got tired, you did this and that. Maybe you formed some organizations. But there was this song back in the day, before I was born. And most of you who go to No Kings protests don't look like me. So this song was called I Can Do Bad by Myself. I don't need no help to starve to death. I just learned a couple of days ago something the rest of you ignored. And white people all over America are talking about how we're going to win the 2026 election. And then we're going to win the presidency, and we're going to win that. And even black people are talking about that. You're going to stay here. I'm not. I paid, and we're going to get back to this I can do bad by myself thing. I paid into Social Security since the time I was able to work. And at that time, you had to be 15 and get a work permit. Because I thought I was investing in this future. I sit here today, 10 years in the state of Maryland, after being denied Social Security as a disabled person probably more times in the history of the organization. Now, I first filed when I could not walk. And the Obama administration, I'm sorry. And everybody told me it was commonplace in the state of Maryland that you're going to get denied twice before you get a hearing. That came to pass. Now, I made sure I did my setup. I had a girl from Charles County, Maryland, and me. We had the same exact law firm, the same exact injuries that would make us disabled. In the same exact time frame. And at that point, we were 2 years apart. Now that same entity, that law firm, was called London Disability. Now she got her claim, I did not. We had the same injury on the same disc in our back. But this is how this works, see? Because the difference between she and I is she came from a poor black voting district in the state of Maryland. And I came from a wealthier one. Our addresses are the reason that she got disability and I didn't. Now she's dead. 10 years later, And if you understand the disability system, we are the walking dead. And I don't know if this is this state or every state. And I'm stuttering because I suffer from an autoimmune disease that is caused by stress. That went undiagnosed for 7 years. So under the Obama administration, I register because I can't walk. And this goes on and on and on. And I get shots and I get surgery and I get all these sorts of things. And I get this one doctor, okay, who's a Muslim. That is like, this is like nothing I ever seen. And you know, and he happens to be a physical therapist. So that shit gets thrown out of court. And he put in something like 200 pages of documents, dates and times that I came in there that I couldn't walk. And I was getting shots from this doctor and that doctor. And there was no diagnosis. So I wait. And I wait. And I wait. And every refiling that is required either is met with a rejection, with no visible evidence of why, even though on a daily basis my face is swelling up, my mouth is swelling up, sometimes I can't hear, sometimes I can't walk. Denied, 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 denied. Now, since the age of 15, I've paid in Social Security. Now, I'm paying for the people who are collecting it. So let me get back to my story. Around 2019, I get this letter that Social Security never received my retort, my reply. So therefore, my shit is canceled. Now this, if you understand Social Security when you file the first time, is based on the hours you worked and the career you worked. So when you pay into the system, all right, from the time you're 15, what you expect is for somebody to come to your case. Now, this is way before Trump. Somebody to come to your case, okay, and say, hey, you work these hours, you're injured, this is going. You don't expect for your shit to just be denied, 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 denied. So I contacted Martin O'Malley while he was working under Joe Biden. I saw this as my opportunity. I sent him my paperwork. Next thing I know, he's on social, I'm sorry, not social media. He's on MSNBC or one of those outlets, resigning. He taught about the system. And I don't know if it's the state of Maryland or the federal government. But he said, and I quote, Martin O'Malley said, they are waiting for these people to die. It is now 2026. No mention of disabled people other than cutting our funding, which does not even pay for food. And this is not federal. This is whatever state you live in. Okay? Other than cutting us, there was no mention recently about disabled people in America other than from Chris Van Hollen in my state and Jamie Raskin. That is it. We are the walking fucking dead. Now, I also heard a report, and I can confirm this if you just Google it. What is the name of that shit? Something ghost, ghost something. Anyway, Social Security only exists in name only. In case you missed it, doged and got rid of all these organizations except for in theory. Okay, so anytime you try and get a hold of these organizations or anything like that, you're not going to get through. There is no money. I paid my entire life into Social Security and cannot collect it. Neither will you. And my condition makes me have to drink water. And my lips might be turning blue. But at any rate, Social Security is so gutted that when you come of age, you're not going to get it, even though you paid into it. All the while, we are asked, as Generation X, to vote blue no matter who, and do harm reduction, when the harm is already come to you. There is no need to vote. Now, you can call me all the names you want because you think I should stick up for you. But I never took the easy way out. I never played it safe because I didn't have a college education or rich parents. And because of my skin color, in order to make it manageable for me to be on this earth, I had to take a trade job. And you can document this, what I'm about to say. I was the first American woman in Washington, D.C. The first woman bridge builder to build a bridge out of Ironworkers Local Number 5. My pictures are all over. They're shit. But nobody sees it because they hide us. Because the white oligarchy wants to use you when it's convenient. Okay, when they had mandates on hiring black people so that all white people didn't get jobs, I was the fucking poster child in Washington, D.C. And then I got sick. So, the baby boomers that claimed that they were pro-union and cared about me told me that if you work hard, you can work yourself through college. If you work hard and do good, then you can make a good living. But that shit cut off with my parents. Baby boomers were the first and last generation to become middle class. Baby boomers were the first to benefit from the civil rights movement, and they are the last. Because as soon as they got comfortable and they had their good government jobs and they had their middle class existence, it was, I got mine, you go get yours. And that goes for every race in the baby boomer generation. Now, Generation X, we didn't sit back. We didn't drop out. We analyzed. And now we know what we're up against. I can do bad by myself. I don't need no help to starve to death. And you know what's fucked up about baby boomers? They make the same mistake over and over and over again. And if you think only 45% of black individuals vote in elections, think again. It's going to be half that next time. Because what you deliver to us through your complacency and your inability to uphold your oath of office and your commitment to your constituents is a demographic that is doing better without you than with you. Yeah, I said it. We are not doing better under Donald Trump because of Donald Trump. We are doing better because we have become self-reliant and we no longer need any of these parties. Look at my face. Ten years ago, approximately, I was fighting a battle for disability. Years before that, baby boomers cut us out of the process of evolution of the United States government with new leadership. In 2016, the perfect candidate for the next generation was Bernie Sanders. But you didn't listen to him. It had to be all about you. It was and still is all about baby boomers. And if you vote for them and their AIPAC member, I'll call them minions, then it's never going to be about you. This is the time to stand up. If our ancestors could withstand slavery without being genocided, you can go without $2 gas. You can go without your good government job. You can go without guilt tripping people who look like me, who can't get to the polls because they're disabled now. You can do without that. Stop fucking feeding off of us. If right now you can organize shit and go to the polls and do all this, you're doing a lot better than the rest of us. You truly are. And let me finish with this. After I understood that there is no Social Security disability benefits for me because the Democratic Party has failed to hold Donald Trump's grifting and Doge accountable and find out how much of this money has just disappeared, while AIPAC members keep funding this government. I have learned that the only way I am going to live another 5 years is to move to another country. Not move because I'm independently wealthy or because Democrats did something for me. I have to move there at 53 years old, disabled, uncertain, with my eyes swelling up like it did tonight, with stuff being spewed out of my body, blood and everything else that I cannot explain, except for a disease for which there is a monolith in American society. I suffer from Sjogren's, but display all the, symptoms of something else. It took me 7 years to get diagnosed under Obamacare because United Health denied. And then Democrats told me to vote blue no matter who. And then they voted time after time after time for programs that would make me have to either die in America or exist somewhere else. So I'm choosing existence. And I'll say this. By the time the 2026 election takes place in November, I won't be here because I want to stay alive. I don't want to exist this way. I don't want to live in a country where AIPAC is more important than me and still you ask me to keep voting for the same thing. But the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. I can't afford that. Self-preservation is here. Self-preservation is not voting with a bunch of blacks for the Democratic Party. Right now, self-preservation is getting the fuck out of here. So you won't have my vote. And I'll tell you what, Democrats, there are thousands of people with better means than me that are leaving and have already left. They won't be there to vote. They're in European countries, South America, places they feel comfortable. We don't feel comfortable here. And I'm not doing this anymore. And as for black people saying that we need to get out to vote to save this country, this is not my country. I am from Indian country. And for all you grifters in the Democratic Party that still feel the need to take money from AIPAC, we have 6 months, something, I don't know what it is, until November. But I'll tell you what, every single day, more people are listening to the young people, and the people that used to vote for you are getting the fuck out of here. You don't represent us. You don't defend us. And right now, you have left us in our 50s with having to make chicken salad out of chicken shit. This is what the Democratic Party is today. You remember that guy back in high school that never had a pencil, and he borrowed one from you every day, and you asked him, what happened to your last pencil? And he said, oh, I lost it. Oh, I didn't keep track of it. So you give him another pencil. And then you do this day after day after day. And then this big test comes up. And y'all are sitting all beside each other. And this same guy doesn't have a pencil. Nobody has any pencils to give because the whole class gave this asshole their pencils. And so you walk up to the teacher's desk and you hand in your test. In this case, that test is patriotism. And you have that one guy that walks up with a blank sheet. But he has nothing to offer the teacher. And you never got your pencils back. On Monday, you come in, and the teacher hands out these tests. The guy that has been borrowing pencils the whole time gets an F. He slams his paper down, and he says, it's all you guys' fault. It's all you guys' fault. I got an F because I didn't have a pencil. We took the test. Voters for the Democratic Party. You failed. Not because we didn't have any pencils, but because you took our pencils, you robbed us blind, and you let everything bad happen to us. We were prepared. You were not. Now it's time for the Socialist Party. Democrats cannot lead. They are too arrogant to follow. So let me make this clear. And I will do it from another nation, because now I am forced to go back to work because of American policies. And I can't work in the United States because I have a record of being disabled. And I'm going to say this one more time. Democrats, just like Republicans, cannot lead. They are incapable and too arrogant to follow. So your only option is to get the fuck out of our way. Understand? We are coming. Understand, you will not win the 2026 election. Understand, the fight, physical or otherwise, will not be won by the likes of you. Yes, because of you, I have to rise up and remake myself even though I'm in pain every single motherfucking day. But it will be my life's mission to distinguish you, because you do not deserve the vote of the 7 generations you robbed of democracy through your greed. This is the Woke Socialist Podcast. Once again, please like and subscribe to this video. We are woke, we are socialists, and we're going down swinging.